gonna start the recording now. Gleemo and Spoon, you have 5 minutes to do your scene that you both have been waiting to do, and then we're moving on.
Okay.
All right. Flashback. It's a first-person camera perspective as Hunter's in his hotel room putting together a folder with all the information about the curse, including the pictures of Amos talking to Yuri and pushing Texas Red off the building. He gets in his car and drives to the barracks. He walks down the hall and knocks on a door. It opens, and it's Seth. And, flash frame, now we're back in color again.
Hunter?
Look, Seth, it's no secret I don't like you. I don't like what your people did to the worlds I lived on. But I respect you as a gladiator and a stablemate. And no one but me gets to kick your ass outside the arena. I want you to take a look at these documents. Consider them a tactical report. See if you come to the same conclusion that I do, and if it offends your honor as much as it does mine.
Okay, and so I think we have like a montage scene of Seth like looking through them and like asking
And,
Hunter some questions and
conspiracy
stuff.
wall
Yeah,
building.
oh yeah, full on Pepe Sylvia. So Amos is dark cast then.
If that's what you call it, I'm assuming that means the same to you what it does to me.
Yes. This is concerning that they've been able to dig so far into our stable.
Yes. And not only that, but manipulating our matches against us, sabotaging us from the inside, trying to take members of us out. The attack on you last week, other attacks that have happened. It's all bad news.
So my only question, Hunter, then, is how far are you prepared to go to excise this cancer?
As far as it takes.
Selah. And then I think that's the end of the scene.
Excellent.
Okay.
Nice.
So, this was originally going to be a beach episode, and it still is. All of you have been flown out to the eastern coast.
I'm dressed wrong if it's not.
Still a beach episode. Everyone who attends, you get -1 stress as a result of Fulcher Industries providing you with the maximum level of comfort.
Needed that.
Thank you, Fulcher.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Vulture.
Many thanks.
We
Between
start
Vulture and Brody, I'm finally getting outside of it.
we start with Elizabeth in like a black early 1990s business suit with the shoulder insets. You know what I'm talking about, to make them square.
Mm-hmm.
And she is standing over a series of pictures of Pavlusha. There are black roses laid everywhere, and she says, "Remember, PK, he died doing what we do every day. I didn't know him very well, but he had a strong will to survive and saw a path for his future. Like most who come to Solaris, he was running from his past. He was one of us, and we see death every day. Several among us have killed, but we have yet to have lost anyone inside this house. We are here for you. Several staff counselors are being made available to any personnel that require it. For now, I want to give anyone an opportunity to speak, to commemorate or remember the life of Pavlusha." So as this happens, we pan over to basically the entirety of the stable's personnel, minus exactly one person, Linhilder, who is not present. There are rumors that last night, after Saya's incident, Linhilder and Saya were seen screaming at each other at midnight over who's incompetent, reckless, useless, worthless, freeborn, Sue-Red. There's a lot of words being thrown out that listeners didn't really understand. But since that time, Linhilder has not been seen. Does anyone have anything to add to the funeral service here?
I'm assuming everyone's going to be waiting for Cosmo, so he'll go first. You know, I don't know how many of you knew this, but I would not be here where I am today if it were not for Pavlusha and his family. They are the reason I made it here. They gave me a path, they gave me an opportunity, and I took advantage. I was trying to repay the favor the best way, the only way I know how. And I am deeply sorry that it has come to this. Pavlusha, you deserve better. You deserve better from me. Salut. I'll hold up oh shoot, what's it called? Hold on. Primary vodka.
Wow. Anyone else have anything to add?
I think that the hillbilly won't add any words really. He'll just kind of walk up and silently set a little a toy hover tank on the memorial.
Okay. All right. There isn't anything else. Someone leaves first, and that person is Sire J. Falcon. But after that, the period of mourning is broken, and people begin filing out of the room, enjoying a wake, drinking primary vodka in Pavlusha's honor, although he clearly was not old enough to be drinking it. All of you are asked to join Elizabeth in the Fultra Industries attached, like suites for a quick briefing for the gladiators.
I think as the numbers dwindle, depending if Kyle is still around, Cosmo would give like a little tug on Kyle's sleeve, just saying, "Hey, can you wait up?"
Kyle would definitely have been where he was standing during the procession. He would not have moved as everybody else was moving. He's just staring right at the pictures silently. So he's definitely there.
This is such a somber scene.
I know.
It's yeah, we're supposed to be on vacation, bro.
Let me add, by the way, I memed super hard about this event at the end of the last thing. I don't actually hold Kane responsible. When I get like that, guys, just know it's me memeing or being sarcastic. I don't actually believe the chain of events that began with Kane winning Clanners has led to the death of this young man. The dice got us there.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, I'm just going to throw this out now because I thought it was interesting that it seems like usually 2 is when it's really bad for the person rolling, and 12 is
You sounds like a man who wants Saya to be dead.
I'm just saying, it sounds like it should have been flipped if you asked me.
I think there's a few people who probably want Saya dead even before this happened.
Too bad. She's the most popular. The audience loves her, guys.
Well, now I know what happens when you come in last in voting. Saya takes
Oh,
care of the
shit. Damn. All right, let's cut over to that side story meeting here.
And then it's the beach episode, so he did get voted off the island.
But yeah, Kyle is definitely there and available. And when you say that, he gives you a quick nod and waits for other people to leave.
Yeah, so hopefully waiting for everyone else to leave, just Kyle and Cosmo here. Kyle, there's nothing that I can really say here that will not come off angry, frustrated, but I must know.
And I know that there's nothing that I can probably say to let you know how much I'm also grieving for your loss.
I do appreciate that. For what it's worth, I know that, believe it or not, I am actually most responsible. I'm the one who suggested they train together. I gave them each one of my mechs. I am the most guilty party in the situation. But that does not mean I will ever forgive Saya for what she has done. I mean, you did your job by making a low energy match so that something like this would not happen. However, as her mentor, I still hold you accountable, and I must know, what is it you're going to do?
I also feel that even though neither of us are the ones that were at the controls, I was there. I do feel partly responsible for this as well. And as her assigned trainer, I'm also responsible for what she does and doesn't do. So I hope you understand, I'm still grieving for the loss that you've suffered and all of us have suffered. The stable is lesser for a lack of PK in it. I don't have an answer to your question yet. This is new to me, but I will tell you that I plan to try to find a way, either through Saya or myself, to try to find a way to make amends for this. At least show you some thing to show that there is regret.
I just have one request. Try your best to teach her the word family, because I feel she has no idea what it means. In this stable, it is my family. PK was my family, and Saya does not see that. How, I do not know after what you and Seth have done. But she needs help. And I think Cosmo would probably start to walk out, depending if you started talking like that or not.
I've been trying to show her a different way, and I regret that I haven't shown her enough fast enough. I'll continue to try to do so, regardless of what's done.
You have my thanks. I think it best if her and I stay distant.
I agree. I'll tell her the same.
I think Cosmo will pat him on the back and then walk away. And Cosmo is going to go get hammered, like beyond belief.
You're not going to show up for the meeting Elizabeth just asked you to?
Oh, he will, but I mean, he's
drinking the whole time.
He's getting a drink on the way, for sure.
Right. All right. Any other scene before this meeting? All right. So Elizabeth,
just be walking in looking generally bewildered, I guess. But
yeah.
Other than that, I've been away for weeks.
Elizabeth says, "Now look, we are here for vacation. Please try to relax. That said, we do have a very serious issue to discuss. It seems all of you have forgotten that you are gladiators, not mech warriors. The stable can put up with your antics and your bullshit. We don't even care whether you win or lose, but you actually have to advertise something at some point. And when you mention our sponsors, you need to win in their name. This stable has no teamwork. It has no media message. It has nothing. And you have stakeholders you are responsible to. You aren't here to play games all day. This isn't some sort of tabletop role-playing game. It's a serious business. Some would call it the greatest business in the inner sphere. And you need to remember that. I am disappointed in the events of the last month. I'm not going to lock you in this room and tell you you can't leave until you figure it out. But she points to Asator and says, he's bringing in more money than most of you. And he hasn't even been here. We don't even put him in a mech anymore. We get more money from putting him on the front cover of a manga than we get from most of you.
Did I just hear that Cosmo got up and left?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we just went to her funeral and she's talking to him about money. Like, come on,
Yeah.
He's out.
All right. She's out too.
Amos gets up and like immediately opens his phone and starts trying to call Lynn and figure out where the hell she is.
No answer.
He's just standing in the corner doing that in the background. As people do,
Ominous.
so.
Ominous.
I think Seth just sits and turns and looks at the hillbilly.
I mean, money
Eyes on
aside,
me.
money aside, there is definitely a lack of unity here. It doesn't mean we all have to agree, but the stable has to stand for something we can all agree on. I have gone through great effort to try to publicly not add any additional deviations that cause more difficulty. But leaving my last match, we have this massive pile of
Now, Kyle,
disconjoined problems.
I'm going to have to call you out on this one. I can't say with honesty that you really believe that you have done everything you can to not change public opinion about us. You have been involved in some incredibly controversial actions from a lot of people's perspective. I don't disagree with all of them, but you need to understand that there's a large chunk of folks here in the inner sphere who are going to be very, very nervous and concerned about the actions you have been taking.
I don't deny that, but I have been putting a lot of effort into trying to avoid causing as much as I can.
I can understand that.
But I can't substitute any of the things that have been happening, regardless of my efforts, with a message of unity to try to play off of that. I don't have a party line for Apex Dragons to use to be like, well, this is my actions. I understand that, but this is what Apex Dragons believe in.
So at this point, like Hunter just like flips the table and is like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Yeah, okay. We've all said some shit inside interviews, outside interviews. That's our own personas, our own marketing, our own whatever. But if we can't even stand together as a stable, then that's where things have skipped the groove.
Hunter, I'm going to have to call you right back out on this one, too.
Hey.
In the
What
clans,
happened in the last month with suddenly this solidification of what we fancifully referred to as the curse coming full circle into the Bertoli family infiltrating this organization, and one of our members throwing gladiators off a fucking roof. Amos, what the fuck is going on?
The hell did I miss?
So Hillbilly, goes a little pale at that one. He was not expecting that bomb to drop
Hillbilly,
right here.
I gave you the chance to try to sort this shit out, and you sat on that information and didn't do anything. So now the cards are on the table.
Well.
What the hell is going on in this place?
Oh man, Hunter, diplomacy not your strong suit. I definitely understand that. Well, the cards are on the table now, so time to talk.
Amos takes off his sunglasses and takes the hat off. It's down on the table in the middle of the room.
Leaves the guy liner on, though, right? Leaves the guy liner on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Necessary for the part.
Yeah.
And then he takes the gun out of his jacket and puts it on the table too. And just says, "Well, gentlemen," and he lets go of the gun and steps away from the table. "Let's talk this out." So, Hunter, what do you want to know? Or should I say Fritz, since we're going ahead and getting rid of all the pretense in the room?
Well, what do we call you, Amos, officially?
Evelyn is fine. So, I imagine you have questions.
Yeah, I
I'm
have
prepared to give some answers.
Some.
Trust me, I understand in the short time that I've been on Worlds that there's an inner working for everything here. But I've always understood that my company and my family is off limits. And you seem to not have
Solaris,
those
then.
same stipulations. You've put all our lives at risk so that your family can make money. You beat the shit out of Seth last week so that your family could make money.
I didn't.
He's not
do
wrong.
That was not me. And quite to the contrary, actually, when our green friend, who is currently not in the room, went and made certain inflammatory comments that led to all of us being attacked in the streets by members of the Triads, it was actually my family that kept most of you from getting shot. And work from me specifically to make it so that the Triads didn't even know where you were. Sorry about the pictures of you drunk outside of a brothel, Seth. I figured that they would throw them off quite far from where you actually hang out.
Thanks. Seth doesn't say anything back. He just steps forward, picks up the gun, and checks to see if there's a round chambered in it.
It's loaded.
And then lets it close.
Yeah, it's loaded.
This is like a game of Fiasco. I have a card that says gun on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to interrupt the
Is it
scene.
just us in the room? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yes, it is just you, but I actually want to interrupt the scene. Like a TV series, we cut to what's happening with Cosmo. So Cosmo is stumbling around. He's not super drunk yet, but he's getting there, right? And apparently we hear that he's double fisting vodka bottles right now. You are surprised when someone sucker punches you out of nowhere and begins screaming in your face, Cosmo. You think you understand the words, you fucking son of a bitch.
What? What is this? Who are you?
Someone is holding back Buck from beating the shit out of you, and he's just screaming, I heard you want to sell the fire starter? You're blaming the mech? You're blaming the machine and not the pilots? I'm fucking tired of this shit. You namby-pamby mech warriors walk around, you can't even find people to pay for your repairs until 5 minutes before a match, and you act like it's our fault that it barely gets done in time. We're doing work that no one has ever done. We're customizing multiple mechs every single week, and you fucking blame the machine? The machine saves your life. You're at fault. It's your fault he's dead. He should never have been in a mech. He was one of us.
You don't think I know
he was
it is
a
my
mech
fault?
tech. He wasn't a mech warrior. And you would have known that if you ever paid any attention to him.
You don't think I know it is my fault?
All right.
You don't think I want the reminder every time I look at my mech that it was the one to kill him? I don't want these memories. I don't want this reminder. That is why I'm getting rid of the mech. It is not the machine. It is the decision behind the machine.
All right, look. This guy's incensed with rage, and two burly assistant techs are just gonna drag him off the whole time. He just keeps shouting, "It's your fault! It's your fault, Cosmo!"
Oh man.
Now Cosmo's probably getting blackout drunk.
Oh boy.
Oh, what did I do?
So we just hit the tilts.
Duck angles all day, baby.
All right, so the rest
I've
of you
got it,
hear
guys.
that shouting at this very moment as
I would
Seth
expect-
checks the chamber and sees there's a round in it, and it, of course, ejects out.
I think around this time too, Hillbilly gets whatever the equivalent of a text is, saying, "Do I have permission to either burn, sell, or donate the fire starter?" Technically, it's a stable mech, so he won't do it himself. He wants stable champion permission.
Well, Hillbilly will certainly not be paying attention to his phone during the current conversation.
All you hear
Check my
is
phone with a loaded
the
gun in
ejected round hitting the table and bouncing around for a minute before doing that slow rolling noise and then stopping.
Amos.
Ivan.
Right. Yvonne. This is going to take some getting used to. Everybody's got two names.
As far
I
as I
only
know,
have
just
one.
me and Mr. Yago.
No. Yvonne, you just said that it wasn't you who sent those goons after Seth,
No,
but they were
that
associated
was-
with you. Is that not correct?
That was above my pay grade. I was not involved in that situation.
That's just it.
No.
That's just it. Above your pay grade. There's a lot of people above your pay grade in that organization.
Precisely. As a matter of fact, there's one man in particular. And, well, let's just say that I have a few things to get through before we get to that.
You can't protect us. They can make choices that are beyond you.
Well, first I have to determine whether or not you are worth protecting.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in your class. All they have to do is decide that they want to see you rise and me fall. You don't see the danger?
You see, that might be a decision they make, but ultimately, I have been given an amount of leeway. But either way, we are getting into the weeds here, gentlemen. I believe that Mr. Yeager had a question.
It's all weeds right now.
Well, yes.
And your family likes to pull them.
And I'm the one they generally send to do the pulling.
So how am I supposed to let you watch my back?
There can be only one family here, and that's Apex Dragons.
You're either Apex Dragons.
Like at that moment, Cosmo kicks the door open and is probably like, Buck is pissed off. Don't go talk to him. What did I miss?
You
Oh,
might
man.
want to have a seat before you listen.
Hillbilly, if there's like an intercom or something, Hillbilly will hit it and see if he can get some coffee.
So
I
I
this
want to
way.
say,
wouldn't do that if I was you.
someone comes in with coffee. It's a man wearing a blue suit and dark sunglasses and a tray of coffees. And he closes the door and takes off the sunglasses after putting down the coffee and says, "Gentlemen, I might have a moment of your time. I believe I have something to add to this discussion."
There's the bug.
My name
Yes.
is Mr. Birch.
So I'm assuming Cosmo recognizes this dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably
God.
thoroughly confused while
What the
drunk.
hell
God.
are you?
My confusion
Like
deepens.
Hunter is like, of course, has no idea what the can of whoop ass he is about to open. But he is just like,
Mr. Ghostbear, or I suppose Mr. Morgan, could you do me a favor and shoot that man, please?
It's just Seth.
I'm associated with Fulcher. You are inside one of their facilities.
Right. Okay.
I'm here to bring you a opportunity to solve your current set of problems.
This is true. He has solved one of my other problems.
This is awfully convenient of you to be here at this time.
We've been monitoring the situation for some time, and Fulcher Industries has been deeply concerned about the well-being of this stable. They have deep financial ties as an investor. They are less silent than the others, you might say. All right, so he fucking Mass Effect 3's you. He lays out 3 folders with 3 different colors, and I'm gonna explain to you, because we're at the halfway point, what these 3
Jesus, we
folders
are.
represent. Yeah.
That was really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there will be a straw poll vote. And because you all are players, I'm going to allow each of you, including Asator because you're here, to privately message me your player vote, which you don't have to share with anyone else. In fact, I don't give a shit if you tell people that you vote one way and then you actually vote a different way. However, since most of you are also investors, you'll be able to vote twice, which gives you a lot of extra power in this vote. So pay close attention, because I'm not going to go over this twice. The first is the easy path, aka Operation Husky, the Mafia route. In this particular story arc, you let the Mafia take control of the stable. Attacks by other competitors and gangsters become non-existent, and the Bertoli family will do what they can to ensure that you win by any means necessary. The stable becomes known for its dirty connections, a juggernaut to be feared. The Morgan family will be well taken care of under the wing of the mafia, with no ability to escape its fate. A caged bird, safe. The stable might as well be the same. Option 2, the medium path, the House of Truth, the independence route. And this one, the investors, the silent investors, reassert financial independence, forcing the Bertolli controlling interests out, ejecting all of their plants except Zuri and Ivan Asanko, aka Amos Everett. Revenge may not be swift, but it will come. The stable is again open to attack by gangsters and other competitors. The fate of the Morgan family is uncertain. Their business ventures in Solaris and Ronin continue, and the marriage of James Morgan IV is left up in the air. Kyle's protection through Nia Licata will be gone. The stable continues to have a reputation of having too much money, not enough sense, and a whirlwind of chaos. When I wrote tonight, I want you to know that there were originally only 2 options. There was also going to be a movie and a volleyball game versus Omega Tanaga, but I really doubt we're getting to any of those.
Yeah.
However, the investor behind Fulcher Industries insisted that a Fulcher route be open. So here we go. The hard path, the storm, Fulcher route. Fulcher Industries stages a hostile takeover of the stable, using the backing from the Lyran Intelligence Corp. Any Bertolli members involved on the hit on LIC employees are quietly swept up, and the criminal elements of the stable are tried for their crimes in sealed trials and removed far off-world, including Zuri Carlson and Roe Apex Dragons, for their association and racketeering. The LIC propaganda branch takes over and turns the stable into a passive conduit to gather information on international agents operating on Solaris, and passes along targets to Loki. Ronin becomes a conduit of information from the Free Worlds League military contractors, straight to Lyran HQ. The Morgan family is quietly protected from afar. The stable will immediately gain a network of promotion and reporting that looks on them favorably, greatly increasing their reputation and burying their mistakes. Warning, this path will have extreme consequences in the post-time skip season 2. You all have 25 minutes to discuss, based on your current ongoing RP, in and out of character, which of these routes you think are interesting and want to see more of. Please don't let me interfere, but I'm here if you need to roll or are confused by a rules question.
Hey guys, just don't forget your choice does affect me and my family. No biggie.
I wanted to point out, I made sure to elucidate what would happen to them in each ending, since they are up on the table.
Yeah, what happens to
my family's very
I
involved
will
in this.
say, all of us get affected by every one of these routes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, just
you know.
Yeah.
my
and
family
some
might
amount.
die.
There
I've
is no
always been
safe
trying
path.
to
Let's
write
get
a,
bigger.
been always trying to write the visual novel, but I finally made it happen in Battletech.
What happens to Amos in number 3? Do we know, or is it
Oh, I get
unknown?
shot. I get shot right
No.
here and right now
No,
because
you're
I'm gonna
good.
try to stab Birch in the throat.
Yeah, it said you were safe.
In number 3, you're fine. The LIC
Wow.
covers for you.
He's yeah.
Ooh,
So
like an
so
asset.
in number 3, he's fine if he makes that out of right now.
Yes.
Yeah, no. In number 3, Amos is definitely gone.
He's not going to turn allegiance. He'd
The
rather
true hard route, then.
Okay.
Choose your next words carefully.
Well then,
Well, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
then Amos, I'll Rochambeau you for it, because in number 1, you're gonna have to kill Hunter.
Or we could take the middle path.
Middle path.
I'm all for let the Lord of Chaos rule.
Middle looks pretty
So-
good. Yeah.
Gentlemen,
I guess Kyle would just say that there doesn't seem to be that different a level of the lack of independence or the lack of freedom for the stable seems the same if we work for Lyran Intelligence.
All right. Birch adjusts his tie and says, I thought you were an intelligent man, Mr. Morgan. I think you'll find that freedom underneath Lyran umbrella is worth a lot more than freedom underneath the heel of some petty criminal gangsters. They've killed, and they'll continue killing. We are here to protect. I'll leave you gentlemen to discuss.
At that, Cosmo would be like, but Birch, you lost half your numbers. How can you protect us without reinforcements?
We can't.
Ooh, I wouldn't go saying that right now.
Hey, Cosmo's
He just did.
Solaris,
I know, but like in character, I would say like, ooh, I don't know.
Solaris is a Lyran world.
I guess Cosmo should know that. Huh?
Yeah,
The player doesn't. But
Yeah.
He
Right on the
gestures
border,
to
but
the
it is
coffee and says, "Gentlemen, please enjoy. I hope to hear a favorable result from you soon." And he leaves out the door.
Well,
Birch, nice man.
Kyle's going to look over at Seth. I believe now you understand when I mentioned that my family was making choices.
yes. Mr. Morgan is a member of the family proper now.
That official, Kyle. You calling yourself a member of that family instead of your own?
My brother is marrying into the Bertolis.
That doesn't mean you are.
No, I'm not marrying into
In
the
our
Bertolis.
business, they end up being the same thing.
I'm saying that Kyle has choices of his own.
Oh, of course.
And I expect to take the repercussions for the attack. I think at this point, I have made the assumption that the attack on Seth was in order to guarantee my victory because of the marriage of my brother.
Can you accept
More
that?
so, it was to guarantee your safety. We had concerns that Seth would kill you. Not on purpose, but simply by his previous showings.
Seth is your friend, Kyle.
He is.
It
And
sounds like some clan dishonor bullshit right there.
and before we fought, I tried to tell him what I could that I felt like wouldn't put him in danger, but give him the respect of honesty that I like to think that we still share.
Honesty is one thing, but can you really feel comfortable aligning yourself in this direction? Putting your friends at risk? This won't be the first time.
No. And I
The only
think
time.
I think up to this point, the things that have been happening around me, but I have been, even before this meeting, been stuck facing a difficult choice.
Yes, you are.
I
There are no safe paths here. No matter what choice we make coming out of this room, everything contains risk. You get to choose.
I think everyone can appreciate that if I had no family, this would be a much easier choice for me. So I am concerned about the safety of my family.
Yeah. So am I.
I mean, you're here. I don't even know if I would even get an honest answer from you, Ivan. But if I chose to work against the Bertolis, would that put my family's lives at risk?
Almost certainly. I am not involved in that department of things, but I am not going to lie to you and say that they would not try to use your brother's situation and even your sister's vulnerabilities against you. That is
Cosmo.
business.
Cosmo, wake up.
Yes. What? I'm here.
You seem to know this Birch guy. How do
yes.
you know him?
Well, he is a friend, a very good friend who has bailed me out before. As you guys know, I've been, Fulcher has been sponsoring me for a while, and they introduced me to Mr. Birch, and he's been very good to me. I imagine everyone just staring at him and says, like, what?
It's a bit
I've
roundabout
been
answer there,
smiling
friend.
the whole time.
You've been working with Loki?
Loki, LIC, I guess, yes.
Loki is a part of LIC, but you definitely do not work with Loki.
You know.
Okay.
I'm blowing things
I
up.
don't think I'm with Loki. but-
Loki is the state terrorist unit. Okay. You work with the Bodians, which is the recruitment branch.
I am low man on totem pole. I just give information. It is not
Like
about
if Hunter
us.
hadn't already flipped the table, he's flipping another table. He's like, how
Mr.
many
Yeager, you seem
of-
very confused about what
okay,
is very
I
much the
had a
natural
secret-
course here
a
on
secret-
Solaris.
life that's a stage persona. How many of you have real fucking honest to goodness secret lives?
You can count on me being
As-
who I say I am.
As he looks around the table, and at least 4 of you are deeply involved in some shit.
I want to mention here that Spoon wanted to become a watch agent for the Ghost Bears as well.
It was a possibility for sure.
I immediately shut him down.
And offered me a ROM spot instead.
Yeah, for Comstar, of course.
You know, me as the player, I was thinking, Cyberpunk 2020 is my,
Intrigue
underground
game,
criminal heist game that I play on Arthur's channel. This is just gonna be like, pro wrestling in a mech. There's not gonna be.
Yeah.
Not so much.
I didn't
Gentlemen, I
realize this was
appreciated
gonna
all
be
of
the
this.
Game of Thrones game I was playing.
Okay, so I guess the question I have for the rest of the room is, do we feel like we would survive angering the Bertolis without the protection of another group?
I have a solution to that.
And that
Floor
is-
is yours,
Let
Yvonne.
me elaborate.
Please do.
And Amos pulls out his own folder.
You think you can just you think you could just fucking introduce a new path to this game? You could you just want to patch in some sort of star child? What is this?
By the way, I have no SRM in it.
Yes, correct.
Perfect.
Gentlemen, there is, well, quite frankly, to confess to all of you, my time in the mech I've caught in the bug, so you say. I like winning. I like competing. I like being a gladiator. But also, I was nobody from nothing, dead on the streets until a certain family took me in. You understand? I cannot go against that, but I can provide you a partial solution. The man who is responsible for overseeing the operations relating to this stable is called Yuri. He is my older brother of sorts. The problem we have is that Yuri has taken to betting against us. The modicum of sabotage was part of his decision making, as I believe was the assault on Mr. Seth. However, that could have also been due to the people who are currently responsible for protecting Mr. Morgan. And simply put, Yuri and I have had a bit of a disagreement. Because you see, I do not like him betting against us. Because I want to be the champion of Solaris. And I cannot do that if my stable is constantly getting run out of matches, placed in the gray book, etc. Things like that. But I also cannot protect you if Yuri is still where he is. And you go against him. I will eventually be handed orders down that will require Mr. Seth here to put the bullet in my chest before I put a knife in all of your backs. And so I ask you, if you are prepared to fall in and assist me in this small matter, I can gain us our independence without angering the Bertolis.
In what? Orchestrate your ascension to the position of overseer of the stable from the Bertollis?
Precisely. If my brother takes the fall and I am the natural person to take his place, we will be in the position where I can hands off, while still providing us some of the same protections that we had previously. Naturally, if anyone outside of this room found out about this, I would be killed by my own family, so I am officially in as dangerous a position as all of you. But simply put, the roar of the crowd, so to speak, has swayed me. I like being a gladiator a lot more than I liked being a killer for the Bertollis. And I do not like them messing up this good thing I have going. I worked very hard for them, and I still got them a lot of what they wanted, and I can continue to do that for them. But not if they bring the whole stable crashing down.
Well, if you like being a gladiator, why don't you just be a gladiator?
That's it.
We go
Hmm.
the
You see, Hunter, do you
we-
honestly believe that we can just walk away at this point?
I feel like we've got two
I don't-
different groups.
I don't know if
that
I don't know how many people would agree with this, but as far as just myself, I would be willing to risk my life for the rest of you. The
I
only
thought
reason
that until last night.
I'm willing to risk my life for the future that this stable gives me, and I can't have that future without all of you, so...
Yvonne, you want a way out? I got your back. Seth, though, you've been quiet. I need to hear your thoughts.
My honor will not allow me to continue to compete in the same stable as anyone involved in these Desgra activities.
That is what I thought.
I strangely agree. I don't know
And
if I can be part of somebody that's just propping, or a group that's propping someone up.
I agree with you both.
The question is then, gentlemen, are you prepared to die for that?
I think Seth raises the gun, points it at your head, and says, "You're either your own man or you're nothing."
How
The
did
theme
you,
from The
spent my whole life
Godfather
being-
starts playing.
Ivan looks straight down the barrel, presses his forehead to it, and says, "I've been nothing my entire life, Mr. Seth. This would hardly be a change for me."
If you've been nothing your whole life, then it might be time to take Seth's words to heart. Step up.
This town does not make things so simple for you.
Nothing ever is.
town makes everything simple. I completely reinvented myself by coming to this town.
I love
I
that you
changed
say
allegiances
that in
3 times.
Hawaiian print as well.
I'm
I
doing
have changed
best
my
Sam
allegiance
Axe
3
here.
times. You do what you
Oh
need to
my
survive.
god, Sam X, excellent. Fucking love that guy.
Mr. Yeager, you reinvented yourself by killing someone who you called uncle. That is when things really changed for you and you became somebody who actually meant something.
I've killed a lot of people since I stepped into a mech. It's the way of the mech warrior.
Well, it is the way of Solaris as well.
Exactly.
So,
You have a choice. You can make us the family, or you can still decide the Bortolis are your family. I
Well,
feel like
that's
the
it.
rest of us seem to be coalescing around each other.
Hillbilly looks at Kyle when Hunter says that, just to see how he's reacting.
I think at this point, Kyle has gone full boardroom. He's
Hmm.
giving absolutely nothing.
You're
What about you, Mr. Morgan?
fully using the sociopath.
Oh yeah, I'm leaning into my sociopath right now.
Passive sociopath ability.
now Ivan looks at Kyle and says, "Mr. Morgan, this may be the only way to have it both ways, you say. I cannot protect your family if the stable tries to force us out.
I know.
But I can protect the stable if you help me.
I know that my decision here is also going to decide what, just like my brother made a decision that caused events to happen and an attack on Seth, my decision is also going to affect the future of the rest of my family and what the Morgan family stands for.
I believe in this stable. I think, despite the chaos we've caused so far, that we can forge our own path. And that if we come together in unity, we will succeed.
Well said. Well said. I've been seeking the middle path between all of y'all this whole time, trying to keep y'all from fraying apart. This is the moment. This is the inflection point.
Out of curiosity, Seth, what do you think of Lyran intelligence?
The same. I feel the same about them as I do the Bertoli family.
Because of their methods?
I would not work for them.
No. As I told everybody, you are nothing without your integrity.
If they give us an unfair advantage, that is kind of defeating my purpose here as well. I want a good fight.
I feel similarly. This is why I need Yuri gone. I have told Yuri already to leave well enough alone, and he has decided not to, so... What happens to him next is on his own head.
You keep going back and forth, Amos or Ivan or whatever. You keep saying that you're just, a small fry, you have no influence in here, but yet you say, oh, well, just let me kill Yuri and everything will be okay, and I'll make sure everything's all right. I don't understand how those two things reconcile.
Well, you understand chain of command, yes? You have someone above you who makes the decisions. Yuri is currently that. If Yuri is gone, I am the only person in place to make that position work.
And why wouldn't they just put in someone
who sits above
else?
Yuri?
What makes you think that by killing Yuri you get to take over?
Because this was mine and Yuri's plan.
Well,
the
it's
second the stable
obviously more
started,
than
I was
mine,
already
your
on
and
the list.
Yuri's plan, given that Zuri is here, given that we have a mech bay full of new fucking Bertoli recruits.
Oh, Zuri was brought on by me.
That's true.
Look, what I can tell you is that what
So
Apex
suddenly
Dragons
you're
becomes...
not this tiny low man on the totem pole if you're bringing in a new promoter.
You seem very confused by this. Do you not
I am very
understand?
confused because your story has changed the longer that we've been talking about this.
All right. I want to break this discussion up because I feel like we've kind of covered a lot and we have less than 5 minutes left. I want to give people a chance to make rolls to set up matches or otherwise determine things. Since we literally have Asator here. Also, you have all failed repeatedly and publicly at getting that gamble match set up. The duos with
Can roll again. I leveled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I also want to try and set up that gamble match.
Yeah, and we of course
Yeah.
have Amos's match this Sunday, which will be a special test match that will take place before Oath of Endosteel.
Fascinating.
To it.
All right, well, whoever rolls first gets the credit. So you tell me what matches you want to set up.
Spoon, did you want to roll for the Racket and Gamble first? I'll let you go.
Yes, I would like to roll for Ratchet and Gamble. All right, this is a corporate roll, right?
Yes.
Yes. Can't wait for.
That's a 6 for me. Do we have edge in the Gladiator Hall?
I will say no.
Okay, so that is a failure.
I can roll to set
try.
it up, but
have-
I can't participate.
I am a
If
corporate
that's,
guy.
that's a thing that can happen.
I can try
Yeah.
to set it up for someone else because I don't have.
I'm in for the 2v2 either way.
I like the
guess
sound of it.
I'll roll to set it up. Here we go. Oh, no, someone else rolled.
I got an 8.
Okay. Who are you partnering up with for this?
I was
Primo.
helping orchestrate it for 2 people who want to do the match.
Okay, who are those 2 people?
Who would like
I'll
to have been part of my
In
negotiations?
the future, please have that decided before you roll.
Yeah.
Because
I think
if
we
you,
had it decided
because if
3
you
weeks ago.
partially succeed, which is exactly what you just did, right, then I need to be able to establish that something doesn't go exactly right.
Fair. Well,
I think we had it established 3 weeks ago. Then we all failed for 2
Yes,
weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
there was like 4 of us that wanted to do it, and all of us messed it up.
well, I used my corporate to help out.
So is it
Since-
Seth and the Hillbilly are teaming up to fight Primo and Smash? Is that what I'm seeing? All
Let's
right.
do
I
it.
think so.
Is there an overlapping time that I can get the 2 of you on at the same time period? Like Wednesday at like 2 o'clock or something?
Should be able to
Yeah.
do something like that.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
All right. Putting it on the schedule right now. Down everybody. Far. So got Seth. Wait, is this your guys' first paired match together?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Perfect. Especially after all this bullshit. Primo
Yeah.
and
Odd
Smash.
Lambs coming
Same
at you.
page here.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a result of the partial success, they're going to choose the battlefield.
Okay.
Something that'll be preferential for them. However, you do know going in that they are using Racket and Gamble's acid rounds, which I think is that they deal an extra point of damage to ferrofibrous armor.
Yep.
Which isn't good for either of you, since I think both of you have ferrofibrous armor.
Yeah.
Not in Buttercup.
No, yeah. I believe it's just me. I
I
think.
literally just pulled it out to get my crit slots back for the. for the-
Perfect, perfect.
Well, and this is a medium match, right?
You bring whatever mechs you want. They're gonna
Yeah.
bring whatever mechs they want.
Okay.
It's exhibition.
Okay.
Mix it
Cool.
up.
If you want to get a sun bear or something to come fight it out, I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll appreciate you not rolling in a Timberwolf.
in a Timberwolf, yeah. Like and outweigh them by 20 tons.
I mean, you're doing it all for charity, so maybe
Tamatoa time.
That's right.
maybe put on a good show in the process.
Bust out the SLDF Shadowhawk finally.
Don't we
That's
also have
Andrew.
a SLDF Phoenix
Phoenix
Hawk?
Hawk. Yeah,
Yeah.
Phoenix Hawk
Oh.
1C.
I think it
yeah.
is still damaged. Let me double check on that.
Oh yeah, the Phoenix Hawk's still trashed from when I fought Kazuna.
Correct.
He literally did 2 points of internal damage, so it's +1 wealth repair.
Nope, it doesn't read as being damaged here. Someone must
Oh.
have repaired it at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any other match setup or roles you would like to make?
Doesn't require a roll. Sorry, go ahead, Astor.
Oh no. I was gonna ask like what the capabilities are for cameo for me. I know I probably
These
can't
people
make the
here make the cameos happen.
Yeah. I'm just letting you guys know.
Yeah, unfortunately,
around.
we all roll like shit.
Oh, I've noticed. It's okay.
That's just
I do
like it's
too
like
sometimes.
oh hey,
Yeah.
I'd like to set up this match with.
I was actually gonna make Asator my tag team partner for the Racket and
Oh,
Gamble
yeah.
match, and then rolled a
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
After
that'll do
after
it.
my next match, I'll get I'll be taking the outsider playbook, so then I can start, just
You can just
setting
start
up
just being like,
all the guest stars.
I do this thing, and it happens.
Just remember, you have to target weirdos with that, but yes.
Yeah, weirdos.
Connor's
Listen,
like,
AP,
I fight Seth Ghost Bear every week. That's all I do.
Your NPC list is like 95% weirdo, man.
True.
Look, I do try to keep... Okay, so let me say this. Yes. Glimo mentioned earlier that this is supposed to be the world of professional wrestling and entertainment. And this game started out with a lot of very clear gladiatorial combat. But I want to say, from Sarna, there is these series of lines on the wiki article for the Solaris games. The Solaris games bring in substantial revenue for the planetary government, and whichever realm controls the Solaris system incentivizes them to ensure that the games are carried out in an open and forthright manner. Nonetheless, the wealth to be gained in the games also attracts unscrupulous elements of society, leading to occasional charges of fixed matches, skim prize money, and elimination of competitors outside of sanctioned fights. And I didn't want to be like at the very beginning of the game, the mafia shows up and begins extorting you. They put a gun to your head, force you to your knees.
But then I picked the ghost playbook.
but then he picked the ghost playbook, and something I was hoping that would take a little while to get introduced started happening a lot faster. So
It helps when you insult the compelling confederation in your very first session too.
sure, yeah, that's a good start.
True.
Yeah.
So final offer, if anyone wants to try to set up a cameo spot for Asator, and of course you can make it in your own individual sessions to set up the next one.
Oh yeah, and I
literally
wasn't trying
got
to
the
push
guy
anything,
here.
But
Yeah.
If I can't roll media, so can I not roll this?
oh yeah,
No,
that's
you
right.
can't roll it because it's the setup.
Would
You have a
I
guy
mean,
here
I'm-
who specializes in it, though.
yeah?
I mean,
Is there somebody who would like me to try to roll to set up their match with Asator?
I will ask, is it in any way possible that Asator shows up to help me in my
Highlander match?
Highlander
Oh
match?
man.
Okay. I'd
'Cause
say
I'd
that
be, happy, I'd be
yes.
happy to have him, but I can't think personally a good way that fits the storyline.
Don't worry, I'll work on that part.
True.
I had already determined your Highlander match was not going to be a repeat of the Highlander games. They hate you too much.
Perfect. Shall I roll these dice?
Let's make sure that the two of you can meet at the same time before we try to set up the
I
match.
do work full time now. That's the whole reason I haven't been around.
It'll get you.
My schedule after I get back from my next trip becomes very flexible.
How's your Saturdays?
Sure. My Saturdays are usually quite
I
open.
think I know where you're going.
Okay.
This Saturday, not so much because I'm going to be away.
How
but
about next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern?
I like
That's
that.
the 19th. Juneteenth, really.
No, sorry. The 19th is when I'm out. Actually,
How
I'll be
about the
hanging-
25th
I'll be
then?
hanging out with Dunamis.
Hanging out with Dunamis? You can't just hang out with my friends without my
This is gonna be just like in the time I told the war, when Pondo's on screen and then
Oh,
you just walk back.
Shit's still weird as fuck. 25th, is that good? 25th
20
at 2 p.m.
20.
Damn near certainly.
No, 25th I couldn't do. No,
So
actually.
can't do the
sorry.
I can
19th
do
or the
all
25th.
nights like this one as well. Like that's
Yeah,
no, it's-
sorry.
Stonar's like, I'll do any night. Gleam was like, nope.
Not night.
Almost like I'm booked.
Night I could.
I will do
2
any
PM, I
point
can't.
in space time. You got some of that.
Yeah, night I could do 2 p.m. I've
So this
actually gonna be
Thursday
on
night
site
spot, you guys could
running
do in
wires.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Limo? That's
Sorry?
the 24th
24th.
from 8 till 10 Eastern.
How about 9 to 11 Eastern?
Sure.
I'm down.
All right. Make your roll. No, we can't wait
AP's
for
like,
you
yeah,
to fucking
whatever.
fail
Take
it.
it.
We can't fail.
Here comes the double ones.
Oh
Oh my god! After all
That's
that,
how it worked for Saya, you know?
11.
Oh damn.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, you get the match that you want. You set up a duos match with the two of you. All right. Just
Oh hell yeah.
writing it down. So
Thanks,
that
man.
is
I just like getting
Or
to
shows
play.
up in his Atlas 7D.
Yeah, the Elysian Fields have been doing very well for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Just some
I
fresh salvage.
I want to have a really small thing. So after we've had this discussion, I take it we break off and go enjoy the beach.
Sure.
I would like to have just a very small moment with Seth.
Okay.
I want to catch him before he leaves the room. Seth, I have two things I want to talk to you about. First is if I choose to put my family at risk and something happens to them, can I count on you to help me get revenge for that?
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, you should have said, I am your family. Jesus.
I also want to let you know there's some information I was asked to pass along to you. I received a message from Lori Sang, who I presume you know who that is.
I do.
I was asked to pass along that she had spoken to all members of the blood name that I, as I understand, would be the one that you would be competing to earn. And all those who currently hold the blood name have declared that they would not sponsor you.
Devastating.
And I was also told to pass along that you will not have a clawing.
Understandable.
But she said that our match was considered legal to Clan Ghost Bear, and I guess that makes me. I was referred to in the message as Star Commander, and I was told that you are Mech Warrior. I'm trying to learn what all this means.
This is accurate.
And that I was referred to as a Star Commander of Clan Morgan, and there's some additional information that was sent along, but I'm going to be looking to you a lot to try to make sure that I don't dishonor what we have done together here.
I shall do my best to make sure that you do not.
I appreciate that. And if something does happen to my family, we will be doing something about it.
Agreed.
Thank you. And I'll reach out to shake his hand.
He'll shake your hand. He does have so Seth's beach outfit is just Ghost Bear fatigues with all of the Ghost Bear symbols removed, and he has one of the little rank pins on the neck that is I believe it was a golden circle with a purple emblem. So it's a golden circle with the purple dagger star on it.
Leaves removed too.
We fade to black. Post-credit scene. Cosmo passed out on the floor. What's your beach attire look like, Cosmo?
Probably overalls with no shirt.
Okay. You're passed out in a pile of bottles at the PK Memorial inside the Fulcher building. Somebody leans down and slaps you in the face and says, "Hey, wake up."
What? Yes, what? Oh, who is it?
It's Buck. He says, "Hey."
Not now. Harass me later.
No, you're going to want to see this. Come with me.
I will stumble my way up.
All right. He stumbles as well because he was also hungover.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. So he sits down at a computer and does hacker man stuff and says, "Look, I'm not saying I was wrong because I'm right. It was the Mech Warrior, not the machine. But I was doing a review of the Jenner, and there was something wrong with it." And he shows you a lot of lines of code and says, "This is a proprietary programming language used exclusively in the Capellan Confederation. It's a virus that would activate when PK's particular brain scan was used while piloting the Jenner. That in a specific series of events would cause the mech to freeze up."
But you're saying my personal Jenner was
Sabotage
Tom.
to eliminate Pavlusha Constantine. It would have gotten him eventually if Saya hadn't gotten to him first.
So as Cosmo, the character, is thinking, fucking way. Dunamis, the player, is like, I knew Saya wasn't that good.
And the spoon the player is going, it's always Capcom.
Don't even say that, Dunamis. You're the one that wanted this plot
No,
line.
I know.
Don't pull that bullshit. Saya is that good. She learned it from watching you. She used your special move before you did.
She did. Honestly,
Anyone else craving
that
Golden
is
Corral
probably the
all of a
part.
sudden?
Sorry, say it again.
What was that, Glimo?
I said, is anyone else craving Golden Corral all of a sudden?
Wow. No, I'm not. I
I've
never will.
craved that.
Hey, thanks to Ringworld's Republic.
Wow. Rimworld's
Wow.
Republic. That's the name I've not
That's,
heard in a long time.
So now I need to ask for my own personal edification. Does this mean that he was impendingly going to die regardless of my role?
Yes.
Just that was when it. Okay.
No.
I
I'm
feel a
kidding.
little
I'm kidding.
better.
No. It's something Dunamis wanted to do as a plot line. He found out after PK
Okay.
died. Yeah.
I felt like it might help keep the stable together if it wasn't actually 100% Sire's fault.
True.
Okay.
It was 100% Saya's fault, though. I want to be very clear on that. She killed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Buck.
I want to see how Cosmo reacts to Saya in the heart glasses and the whole.
In the Crocs.
Look, he's gonna have to put blinders on as he goes down hallways and shit. But just I guess to wrap that up, Buck, you did the right thing. This means a lot to me.
Yeah, of course I did the right thing. I work for this company. It'd be pretty good if everyone else around here remembered that. Starts kicking some of the other mech techs who are obviously Bertolli men who passed out drunk. And he's like, people, what are you even doing here? Get back to work.
I think when I don't quite know how to work it in, but I was gonna say, as Cosmo was passing out on the beach, the last thing you heard him saying was he's going to be like class 6, because he got rid of both his light mechs.
Oh boy. We'll see if he really does get rid of those light mechs, even if he doesn't want to pilot
Cosmo
them.
versus Hunter.
There's only one mech left he has. It's, so we'll see how it goes.
That's the quick draw, right?
Yep.
The Fultra Industries sponsored quick draw as well.
5M.
Okay, so audience at home, I'm super busy tomorrow, but at some point I will post the link for the voting. For all of you who are present here today in this particular meeting, you can message me with your player vote for how you want things to go, and then your investor vote can also be done at any time. By next Thursday, the votes will be in. That's it.
Nice.
No closing words. We're out. We're super late.